Hi everyone, this is Mohit. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is the fifth day in our 60 days video series on statistics for data science, guys. And we are progressing really well. In the last video, we started with our first type of statistical analysis, that is descriptive statistical analysis. In that we discussed there are three different type of statistical measures which we have. First one is central tendency measures, second measure of spread, and the third type are shape measures. We specifically looked at the three different statistical measures from the central tendency measures. Those are mean, median, and mode. We looked at how we can actually calculate them. In this video, we are going to start with the Excel, guys, and we will look at how we can calculate them in Excel using real world case study. Right? So if you have not watched my first video, guys, or last 4 videos, I would suggest please go and watch them so that you follow this series in a proper way. And if you are new to this channel, guys, please subscribe the channel and hit the icon button so that you do not miss out any of the video. What I'm planning, guys, if I will have 500 subscribers on my channel, then I will start having question and answering sessions live on YouTube on every Saturday or Sunday. We'll plan that out. But I'm waiting for those 500 subscribers, and then we will have full-fledged question answering sessions, guys. That will definitely help you a lot. Okay, so let's not waste more time and get started with the descriptive statistical measures, mean, median, and mode. How can we calculate them in Excel? Now let's look at how do we calculate mean, median, and mode using Excel, guys. And for that purpose, we will use the real world data set from one of the very popular website for second-hand car sales, right? And that is cardeco.com. Right, so you know that that platform is used to sell the second-hand cars, guys. We have taken the data from there itself. So here, individual row represent the second-hand car which is available for the sale, and individual column here represents the attribute related to that particular car. Right, so you can see the first column here represents the name of the car, then the manufacturing year, selling price of that particular car, then how many kilometers the car has been driven, then what is the fuel type, whether it is petrol, diesel, or CNG, then we have seller type, individual or dealer, then we have transmission, whether the car is manual or automatic, and the final one is owner, where we have first owner, second owner, third owner, and like that. Right, so this is the data set on which we will see how we can calculate mean, median, and mode. So here we have two types of data, guys. We have numerical data as well as we have categorical data. So numerical data is like your year, selling price, and kilometer driven. And the categorical data is like fuel, seller type, transmission, owner, and name. Now, for numerical data, we have the functions available, mean, median, and mode, to calculate them. But for the categorical variable, we do not have any function available in Excel to calculate the mode, guys. I'll show you that, which is not available over internet, that how we can calculate mode in Excel for categorical data. I'll show you that as well. So watch this video till the end. So we have mean, we have median, and we need to calculate mode. So now, first we will see the individual formula which is available in Excel for these three things or these three statistical measures. And then we will see one of the very important add-in which is available in Excel, that is Data Analysis Toolkit. Right? There we have a straightforward functionality which will give you all the different statistical measures for every column. Okay, we will look at that. So two things we are going to see. Let's start with the individual formula for these statistical measures, mean, median, and mode. So now to calculate mean, guys, in Excel, we have a formula average. Now to use formula, we have to use write equal to sign first, and then you can specify your formula name. So that is average. Now we have to pass all the values of your column for whom you want to calculate the mean. So for that purpose, you can do select your first value and then you can use control plus shift plus down arrow. and then close the bracket. It will calculate the mean for your column, right? All the number you have passed from C2 to C4341. These are the total number of values which are available in this column, right? If I pass them, it will give me the final average of those numbers, right? So 5,04,127 is the mean we are getting. Now to calculate the median, we have a median formula, right? And again, you have to specify all the values for whom you want to calculate the median, right? So we have median 3,50,000. And for mode, we have actually three formulas. For if you have single mode, all will give you the same result. If you have multiple mode present in your data, like for bi-model, tri-model, which we discussed in the last video, then for that purpose, you have to use mode.mult, right? And this is the one which I always prefer to use because we never know how many modes are present in our data, right? So again, specify your numbers in the formula and then it will give you the mode. So you can see mode is coming as 3 lakh. Now this is very interesting thing, guys. Here we have median less than mean. And if you remember our last video, in which we discussed that median is actually insensitive to outliers or extreme values, whereas mean is influenced by the extreme values. So now from this data, it is pretty straightforward that definitely there are some outliers present in our data on the upper side. That is why mean is greater than median, right? So a lot of interpretation you can make about the variable using mean, median, and mode, guys, right? And these three represents the central value of your variable, right? So similarly, you can calculate for other numeric variables as well, right? So just for the completion sake, if I need to calculate average, I can use average for kilometer driven, right? So select your data and then this is how you calculate. So whatever vehicle you have available for second hand, what is the on an average kilometers driven? That is 66,215, guys, right? So this is pretty interesting that on an average, this is the kilometers driven for all the second hand cars which are available on cardekho.com website or platform. Similarly, you can calculate median and mode. Now, the interesting thing for mode, we do not have the direct formula for the categorical variable, like in case of fuel, seller type, transmission, and owner. Now, let's try our multi-mode function for any of this categorical variable. So let's say for the owner variable, I have specified all the values. And now if I try to find out the mode, you can see we are getting NA value. Definitely, this function is not written for the non-numerical variable. For that purpose, we have one option, that is pivot table, guys, which we are going to use, right? So let's look at how can we calculate the mode for categorical variable using pivot table. So how do we create pivot table? It's pretty straightforward, guys. So select Control plus A, it will select your complete table. Then in the insert tab, we have one pivot table option. Click on that. This window will pop up. It will ask you to input. First, it will ask you the table, but automatically it will select your complete table, guys, right? And the second option is where you want to see the result, new worksheet or existing worksheet. By default, new worksheet will be selected. We'll just continue with that. Click OK. So this new sheet will come up and here we will be able to create our pivot table. On the right hand side, this is the interface for pivot table, guys, where you will select which variable you are going to use for what purpose, right? So now to calculate the mode, what we need, guys, we actually need every category, what is the frequency, right? So how many observations are having one category, how many observations are having second category, and like that. And the category which is having the maximum observations, that's our mode, right? That's the methodology for calculation of mode, right? So that's what we are going to do. We are going to calculate the frequency of every category in a particular column. So let's say we want to calculate the mode for transmission column. So for that purpose, you need to drag and drop that transmission column into row level. Okay, it will identify all the unique values and it will list them out over here. You can see there are two values in transmission column, that is automatic and manual. Now what you need corresponding to every category, we need to have frequency. For that purpose, you can drag and drop name variable into values. So it will calculate the count. So if you note, pivot tables we use to calculate the aggregated function or aggregated value across the different categories of a categorical variable, right? So here count is our aggregated function which we have performed. Now we can see that out of total 4,340 observations, 3,892 vehicles or cars are manual and 448 cars are automatic transmission, right? So now from this, it is pretty straightforward that manual is our mode for transmission column, right? Now let's say if we want to calculate it for the owner column, then just remove this transmission from here and bring your owner in the row labels, and corresponding to the maximum frequency category, that will be the mode for owner column. And you can see first owner is actually present in 2,832 observations, which is the maximum among all the categories we have in our owner column, right? So that is why the mode for owner column is first owner, right? Simple and straightforward. So that is how we can calculate mode for categorical variable, guys. I hope this is clear that individual formula for all the mean, median and mode is available for numerical variable. To calculate the mode for categorical variable, we have to use the pivot table, and process is very simple, guys. Now, this was the individual formula for all these three. Now, there is a straightforward functionality which is available in Excel, guys, that is Data Analysis Toolkit. Now, this is also very important because this is something which we are going to use for a lot of other statistical concepts like performing ANOVA, performing t-test, z-test. All of these are available in that Data Analysis Toolkit. Now, by default, that Data Analysis Toolkit, guys, will not be activated in your Excel. Right now, I have already done it. That is why I am able to see data analysis over here. Right? This Data Analysis Toolkit will not be activated in your system or in your Excel. You have to follow a simple procedure to activate it. What's that procedure? Just go to the file option. Then there will be an options menu, right? Just click on that. This window will pop up. Now it's an add-in. So you have to go to the add-ins option and then you will find out this particular interface. Because in my Excel, analysis tool pack is already active. So that is why it is coming in the active applications add-ins. It will be present for you in the inactive application add-ins, right? You can check that out. Now to make it active, you need to go over here, select Excel add-ins and just click on go. This window will pop up. Then by default for you, it will be unselected. You just need to select it. Okay. Then you can click on OK button and automatically this Data Analysis Toolkit will be available in your data tab. Okay. I hope this is simple and straightforward. Click on file. Then we have options menu. Click on that. Then in your add-ins, manage add-ins, there will be a go button. Just click on that and then select the Data Analysis Tool Pack. And automatically you will see Data Analysis Tool Pack in your data tab. Okay. Now, how do we use this Data Analysis Tool Pack to calculate mean, median and mode? And this is only available for numerical data, guys. Okay. So if you look at, there are a lot of options, a lot of statistical concepts which we can apply using Data Analysis Toolkit. We will discuss them one by one in our upcoming videos, guys. For this video, we want to just explore descriptive statistics, right? Click on OK. There are 4 inputs you have to provide. First, input range, like in this particular case, let's give selling price. So select your first or starting point, then control plus shift plus the down arrow. It will select all the values in your column. Then there is an option of labels in first row. So we know that in the first row, we have the column name, or that is label. So if it is not selected, you have to select it. If the first row represents the column name. Then where you want to see? We want to see it in the new worksheet, right? That's what we have selected. And you have to click on this summary statistics. Okay. Now we have given 4 inputs. Now we can click on the OK button and it will generate all the statistical measures for your selling price column. You can see we have mean, we have median, we have mode, we have standard deviation, all of them. It has generated for your selling price column. Right? Then you do not need to individually calculate your mean, median, mode, or different statistical measures, which we are going to discuss. Right? So this is very helpful, guys, and we will be using this data analysis toolkit in our upcoming videos as well. So I would suggest just make it active in your Excel as well, so that you can follow this series. Okay, as I said, remember, so this toolkit or descriptive statistical functionality is only applicable to the numerical data, guys. It's not applicable for the non-numerical data or categorical data. So just for the example, if I click on descriptive statistics, click OK, and then transmission, let's say, I select all the values, labels in first row, all these inputs I have already given, click on OK. It will give me a error saying descriptive statistics input range contains non-numeric data, right? And it will not generate the statistical measures for this particular column. So this descriptive statistics is only valid for the numerical database. Thanks for watching till the end. I hope you understood how can we calculate mean, median, and mode on the real world data set using Excel, guys. So if you are liking the content, please like this video as well as my earlier videos. If you have any question or doubt, please write it in the comment section, and please share this video series with your friends, guys, who are planning to start their journey in data science, or if they are preparing for data science. Thanks again. See you tomorrow, guys. By that time, take care and keep learning.